the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Y seguimos con el segundo episodio de Come Deliverance. Lo estoy grabando ahora mismito, después de terminar el primer capítulo. Porque ya el otro se estaba haciendo un poco largo.
My lady, no, not at all.
Y no quería que se hiciera tan largo. Menos mal que tengo un telero porque esta parte es larga y aburrida. Vamos a ponernos en pedo y a cogernos a la mujer del señor que nos acogió. Bien.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you.
Si algo que podrían mejorar, por más que no cambien el coso gráfico, es la ropa, boludo. El tema de la ropa está muy bobo. A ver, todo esto se lo perdono porque es un juego indie. O sea...
But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. It can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Obvio, si me sube el diálogo. Sí, obvio. ¿Por qué esto? ¿Por qué soy invisible?
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected.
Bueno.
The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Bien.
A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to father.
Soy invisible.
To collect it from him.
What? ¿Por qué estoy al lado de ella?
It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town.
Se supone que el diálogo me tendría que estar subiendo con todo
esto. I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund.
Soy el mancho invisible, boludo. No. A lo mejor soy el patriarcado. Soy invisible. Nah, porque yo sí existo, más que nada. Che, la primera vez que me pasa este bugue. Este bugacho. El buen bugacho, che.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget that.
Lo mejor es que está mirando hacia donde está el personaje, no está mirando al vacío.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still
Te
young.
está diciendo que quiere coger, básicamente.
Beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles and
Olor a
I'll
sexo.
go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our
Hoy Henry la pone. Bueno, no, hoy
Good
no.
night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Se supone que tengo que volver a dormir o algo, ¿no? Y ahí se escucha una sacudida de ganso. Pesadillas. Sí, básicamente Henry está contra traumado.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Bien, partida guardada. Voy a comer algo. Bien, ¿dónde lo dejamos antes? Se escucha el juego, bien, todo, listo. No tengo ganzúa. Era re chorro, boludo. Era la viva imagen de Argentina, boludo. Un argentino en el medievo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Ir a las almenas a hablar con Robert.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything.
Ah, ya me acuerdo qué pasaba acá.
This huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll
Y
find
porque
out
es
when
un cerdo capitalista y se puede financiar eso, tía.
I'll be with you.
Segismundo, hijo de puta. Che, recién no tenías un casco, flaco.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you
Hijo
didn't
de
exactly
puta.
pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better
¿Estaba Kunesh ahí?
Divish.
Me parece.
There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times.
Before the Empire. Before the dark times. Before the Empire. Y vos ya no tenés casco otra vez.
Tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care now.
Bien. No se ve una goma. De pedo veo la diferenciación entre el original. Ahí está, mirá, Sí, no se ve un choto.
Good day to you. What do you need?
What do you think about that surprise during the night?
I was surprised, all right.
Esto lo hago más que nada para que me dé la habilidad de diálogo que me suba.
Just as glad it weren't Sigismund.
Porque más adelante la voy a necesitar seguro.
He'll come here in the end too, but now at least we got
La chocolatada.
for him.
Maybe he'll leave Talmberg be.
Maybe, maybe not. Could be he was only out to get Sir Radzig, because he's Wenceslas's hetman. And Skalitz is a rich town, so there was...
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh?
Sí.
I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Ah, sí, acá te enseñaban a pasar el tiempo rápido. Tipo, así. ¿Qué pasó ahora? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¡La concha de tu madre! ¡Para! Me encanta cómo los NPCs corren también. Che, recién estaba lloviendo y estaba re oscuro. ¿Ahora qué? Mierda. La ganamos, Esta la ganamos, chicos.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause.
Ya están con las escalas, los hijos de puta.
I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
Cállate, pelotudo.
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name
Doofenshmirtz.
of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of
poco
Hungary and
pelado.
Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratzig Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Hay un poco de neblina, ¿no? Bueno, por hoy vamos a vivir, parece.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Señor. Creo que a este no lo vemos. Creo, no me acuerdo bien. Creo que a este no lo vemos nunca más en el juego. Supongo que en el 2 va a tener más relevancia. O es contra quien tenemos que hacer la venganza, ¿no? Ah, por cierto, el torcho ya está de más. Vamos a comer algo. Listo. Voy a hablar con Robert, supongo. ¿Dónde está?
Then it's better to have Winterslas. You won't see him marauding with foreign mercenaries and pillaging towns like Sigismund has.
God be with you.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defences too, if you need them.
Not at all. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg...
¿Por qué me parece que este diálogo es nuevo? Porque no lo tuve nunca.
So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained...
Tengo una duda. Ahí está.
Where did these Cumans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and south.
Sí, de Hungría.
They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't
La puta
take
madre.
orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Listo.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get
Sí,
hungry.
sí, ya sé. Voy a comer. Bien. A ver, tengo que encontrar la forma básicamente de irme a la mierda.
God be with you.
Ah, comerciante, ¿me sirve? Tengo comida para vender.
Whatever is your man. He's the local dealer. A skinny
Es el... No, en inglés esto se puede... Es el local dealer. Me va a conseguir... Me va a conseguir orégano, boludo.
What do you think about Sigismund withdrawing?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says how clever Sir
Qué raro que no me haya subido la habilidad de diálogo todavía.
Dangerous situation. That Sigismund is awful, unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country. God alone knows what he'll get up to next.
Ajá. Bien. Sí, es que quiero que me suba la habilidad de diálogo. Creo que tengo habilidad... Fuerza. Fuerza... Ah, pero fuerza porque no me servía ninguna de las dos. Listo, ya está. Aunque me podría subir una, a ver. No, por ahora no. Diálogo. Ah, diálogo la tengo a la mitad y es nivel 3, ok. Bien, por ahora va a quedar así. Tengo para comer. Comer del caldero. Bien. Me encanta que los NPCs tengan sus propios diálogos. Todo eso parece como si el juego estuviera vivo. Este pelado creo que era el vendedor. Acá está el vendedor.
God be with you.
Igualmente, flaco.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Vos vas a tener que tener monedas. A ver, vender. Tengo un aguamiel. Tengo carne de liebre. Tengo leche. Tengo... No. Tengo pan. Panecillos. Esto. Sal. Tengo quesos. Tengo 14 cebollas. Tengo 3 manzanas. No tengo nada más para venderte. ¿Qué tenés vos para ofrecerme? Carne seca, destilación ilegal, ganzúas. Me sirve. Mapa del tesoro. No tengo ni en pedo la cantidad de guita para comprar eso. 3 ganzúas. 4 ganzúas. Ah, no. No tengo la cantidad. No tengo la guita para ver. Ah, esto. No, imbécil. Listo. Regatear.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Aye.
Are we agreed?
Well, a little more and we'll call it a deal.
No, ni en pedo.
Are we agreed?
Well, a little more and we'll call it a deal.
La puta que te parió.
That's a sum I can live with.
Pelado puto. No me dejó ni... A ver. ¿Qué se supone que haga ahora? Ah, ya sé. Pero tengo que ver de que no haya nadie acá. Listo. Y voy a no hacer ruido. A ver. ¿Dónde está el ruido? Ruido 26. 24. 16. 14. Ah, esto me sirve. 0. 0 de ruido. Listo, ya está. What? ¿Y alguien acá abajo? No sé. Vamos a abrirlo rápido. Dale. Todo esto. Probamos esto también. Vamos a agarrarnos los escudos. Chan, chan. Editor, inserte música de Misión Imposible. Y ahora lo que voy a hacer va a ser ir por el otro lado, porque creo que arriba había más cosas para robar, pero creo que hay people. Y esta es muy difícil. Chan. Qué lindo paisaje, qué lindo juego, boludo. No puedo creer que esto haya empezado como un juego indie. Genial. Este flaco no me va a dejar en paz. ¿O sí? Ah, bueno, se va. Y se fue. A ver. Voy a recuperar el dinero vendiéndole flechas. Difícil, difícil, la puta madre. Y no... ¡Epa! Dale. La concha de tu hermana. Dale. Nice. Me voy a vestir ya porque no hace falta que siga. Nice. Bien. Hasta le podría vender mi ropa al chabón porque no... No lo voy a hacer más. No, no puedo hablar con el chambelán. The Chamberlain. Nos vemos. A casa, petes. A vos, ¿te puedo vender cosas robadas? No me la voy a jugar. Son cosas que puedo conservar.
My respects to you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Let me out, I say. Don't you know who I am?
Someone who's about to lose his teeth if he doesn't get lost quick?
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Sí, yo sé lo que puedo hacer.
Good luck to you.
Listo, ya tengo esto, tengo... Bueno, las botas no hacen falta. Armadura. Ahora soy un soldado más. A vos, hablar. Comerciar.
Any trade?
If you've got the coin. Farewell.
No, vender, digo. Armadura. Te vendo mis trapos viejos. Sí, pantalones no tengo, así que te voy a dejarlo. No te lo voy a vender. Uf, este arco me lo voy a quedar. Por ahora. Así tengo algo de equipación por lo menos. No te pienso regatear porque vos, hijo de puta, no me vas a perdonar nada.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right, then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone... God be with you.
Hey! Open the gate!
Creo que voy a conseguir un caballo, espera.
Open up. I want out.
I hope it's not another false alarm like before. Go on. Get the hell out before I forget our deal. How many more times do I have to open for you? For Christ's sake.
Perdón, me acabo de acordar que podía agarrar un caballo. Nos vemos. ¡Yii! ¿Me voy a matar por acá? No. Bien. Ah, ¿para dónde queda Scalis? Ah, tengo viaje rápido. Pero voy a ir en viaje rápido hasta Rovna. Ah, la puta que... No puedo hacer viaje rápido. Ok. Acá es lo de las piedras. ¿No había cofres para agarrar acá? Seguramente, pero ahora no. No me es rentable. ¿What? Ah, sigilo. No, ¿por qué el caballo, boludo?
You'll have to wait for me here, friend.
No.
Better to keep going on my own.
No. Puta que lo... Todo recontra oscuro, boludo.
Looks like they've already gone.
Creo que es una espada a 2 manos, así que no me voy a poder equipar el escudo. Esto es Rovna. Un fiambre. Mortadela. Bien, a ver. ¿Me van a dejar jugar, boludo? Qué lindo, judíos. Digo, alemanes. Scalis. A ver. ¿Me puedo equipar el escudo? Ah, lo tengo. ¿Y si me lo saco? ¡No! Bien. Se ponía a juntar flores cuando iba a buscar la...
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Vení, dale, perro.
Bring it on.
Ah, bueno. Para. Dejar. Sacar el cuerpo, a ver. No, esto no me sirve de nada. Pan, zanahorias. Esto sí, el Six sí me sirve. Agarré algo podrido, me parece. Sí, una manzana. La pera también. Vamos a comernos una zanahoria. Listo. ¿Acá? ¿Hay algo? Puedo dormir y guardar acá, mira. Se sentaba, boludo, que como... Me sorprende que te dejen... Me encanta que el juego sea tan poco lineal. Podés hacer lo que quieras, literalmente. Creo que es por acá. ¿Dónde queda Scalis? Allá. Bien. Se ve una goma a lo lejos. Otro fiambre, a ver qué tiene. Champis. Ah, pero están en mal estado, la puta madre. Otra zanahoria. Mirá, plata. Platita. Sí, 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 ya sé que voy sobrecargado. Pero a ver. ¿Qué puedo largar? Encima ahora estoy lleno, boludo. No puedo ni correr ni saltar. El carbonero. Esto no me sirve. No me sirve. Me parece que tengo un par de cosas al pedo. La antorcha, por ejemplo. Bien. Me liberé de peso que tenía el pedo. ¿Por qué no? Llave de Kunesh. Bien, a ver. Sí, esas cosas las tenía el pedo, por ejemplo. No voy a agarrar cosas que no sean quitas o armas. No.
Hey!
No! Leave me be! Don't kill me. I have nothing.
¿Por qué gritas, boludo?
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Vos también estás saqueando cadáveres, te aviso. Los vendajes me sirven y pesan poco. Así que voy a agarrar uno. Mira, plata. Bien. Y esto. Esto no. Tampoco.
What's that? The answer to my prayers.
Vamos. Hachita. Esto me sirve. Esto me sirve. Y esto creo que me sirve. No, esto no. Hacha, hacha, hacha. ¿Dónde está? ¿Por qué no la puedo agarrar? Ahí está. Esto me sirve después para vender y eso. A ver si me puedo equipar esto. Le pongo esto. Tengo 2 hachas con algo de valor. Esto... No. Pero valía como 40. Puta que me parió. Los zapatos de noble... estos tienen más... Listo. Bien. Listo. Sí, no puedo correr porque estoy sobrecargado. Acá no puedo hacer nada. Voy por acá. Podría mejorar un poco los truenos a lo mejor, pero... Digo, los rayos. Pues después la ambientación del juego es genial. No me interesa que no cambien el motor gráfico para la siguiente entrega. Es buenísimo. Si lo optimizan más, pueden hacer mejores gráficos y que se vea igual. O sea, que se vea mejor y más fluido. Vení acá, perra.
Well now, what's come crawling out from under some rock?
¿Por qué matarlo me da vitalidad? Cachiporra, voy a ver cuánto cuesta. La voz que te puedo sacar. Una poción de caléndula. Y esto, a ver, ¿qué tal va esto? Lo mío, a ver. Armaduras. Uf. Esto me sirve más. Listo. Vos, Groshens, tenés, listo. Y la cachiporra, ¿me sirve tenerla o me...? Ah, esto está recontra hecho mierda. Ja. Hay un Fiambrus. No. No. Nada.
Bailiff. He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
Ah, ¿este era el merino? Ni sabía. Tenía plata. Vamos. Fragmento. Ah, esta es la espada del merino, ok. Bien. Vale un... Vale unos buenos... Unas buenas platas. Digo, groshens, como se llaman. Ya lo saqué. Nope.
Used to by his side when he did this to you.
¿Este era el traidor?
In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon.
Perdón. ¿Qué como yo? La chota, vos te fuiste a avisar a los otros porque te mandaron, no los abandonaste. Nope.
Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you.
Me quedé sin novia. Le voy a robar. Tiene un John Redemptor. Nos vemos. Pungueado. Acá quedó algo, no, ni ahí. Me parece... Qué cagada. Acá había para... Ay, en el segundo piso había para abrir un cofre, boludo. ¿Se podrá entrar de otra forma? Se puede seguir entrando, no me jodas. Ah, está por acá. Oh, no. Oh, no. Y acá no hay nada para punguear. Pareciera ser que no. La casa sigue con la mierda. Creo que nunca exploré esta zona mientras estaban estos sucesos. Vos fíjate que esta casa casi ni la tocaron. ¿Puedo entrar o algo de alguna forma? No. ¿Hay algo adentro? ¡Ah! ¡Hay un cofre! ¿Cómo entro acá, boludo? Es que me parece que esto ni pertenece a la misma casa. Espera, a ver. Que hay un cofre, boludo. ¿Cómo entro ahí? No sé si puedo entrar. Epa. No, esto era nada que ver. Hay un cofre, amigo. Dudo que sea simplemente decorativo. No, no se puede entrar, me parece. Epa. No. Nada. ¡Qué bronca, boludo! Hay un cofre ahí. No se puede pasar ahora. Capaz más adelante se puede entrar. Tipo, cuando haya pasado un tiempo o algo. Bueno, a ver si encuentro a mis viejos. Eso es un nene, qué turbio, boludo. Creo que ya los vi. Ah, iba a chorearle al cuerpo, boludo.
Why did you do it to me, Father?
¿Eh?
Why? Why did you leave me?
¿Perdón?
Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him.
¿Ves? Por eso yo creo que el pelado va a tener más relevancia en el siguiente juego.
But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree.
Mm-hmm.
At least I can do that much for you.
¿Le puedo punguear a mis viejos? Sí que puedo. Ok. No, 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 no. Yo solamente agarro monedas. Esto no me sirve. Tenía una moneda, amigo. Tampoco. No. 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 Nada. Dale, loco, si me dejas saquearlo, que tengan algo, por lo menos. Que no me sirva, que tengan algo. La puta. No. 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 Remolacha ni en pedo, no la como en la vida real, no lo voy a comer en un videojuego. No, listo, ya está. Ah, no, acá hay uno. Y acá hay más gente. Acá se puede entrar. De aquí más adelante voy a venir y voy a explorar esto una vez que haya pasado el tiempo. Tengo que encontrar una pala. A pail. No, pail de cerveza. Ah, acá. El carnicero, ¿no?
Get away, you mutt.
No me acuerdo.
Get
away, you beast!
What's going on? Zbyszek, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
I came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it, anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that goes. And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
So that's the way of it?
A mí el chucho no me hace nada, gracias. Chucho, se llama, literalmente. Creo que había otra pala igual, espera. Cuando estaba editando el episodio anterior... No, para el otro lado. Me di cuenta que en uno de los lugares... Creo que me salteé una pala. Y creo que sirve para ahora. Igual voy a pasar lejos del lugar donde están mis padres. Así no me da la cinemática, creo. Porque creo que hay una cinemática ahora. Y no sé si me la tomará por proximidad. Ya los repasé, así que supongo que no me la va a tomar. Creo que hay... Quiero comprobar si era una pala o no. Ese es el tema. No puedo saltar la puta madre. A ver. Creo que era por acá. Acá no. Ahí. Creo que había una pala ahí. ¿No? A ver. O a lo mejor yo estoy muy equivocado. O había antes. Pero estoy casi seguro que había una pala ahí. O acá. No, acá no se puede entrar tampoco. No. No, sé que estaba equivocado. Igual antes había algo. Pero me parece que no me va a dejar agarrar. No hay nada, básicamente ahora. Había. Y la podía agarrar en su momento, ahora ya no. Bueno, creo que hay que cavar la tumba. Sí, hay que cavar la tumba. Vamos. Cagada que no pueda correr, pero las cosas que tengo me van a servir para más adelante, así que... Nos queda una... ¡Oh! ¡Epa! Anzuita. Vamos. ¿Qué tiene? Dado de prueba de Henry, Groshens y Hércules y su dieta. Bien. Nada, sí, básicamente que no sé leer, así que voy a tener que aprender más adelante y ahí me va a servir recién el libro. Acá hay que pagar la pala, ¿no? ¿Dónde hay que cavar? Che. Ah, acá. ¿Es de día? ¿Es de noche? O... creo que es de día, de noche no se vería un carajo. ¡Chucho! ¿Me lo puedo quedar al perro? Me parece que me lo podía quedar. Creo. O yo estoy en cualquiera. Ah, perrito.
So, let's get to it.
Creo que acá aparecen los otros, ¿no? Sí.
Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go.
Chúpala.
You're in for a family reunion, you
Pelado.
Leave me alone.
¿Lo conoces el pelado? Lo vas a conocer.
As you like.
Te voy a hacer mierda.
Could have just cost you a few teeth.
¿Puedo pelearla? Tengo escudo, ¿no? Es imposible ganar esta pelea, pero...
Come over here.
Pará, loco. Tenía un escudo, la concha de tu madre.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting.
Ya está recontra bautizada, maté como a 7 personas antes de llegar acá, boludo.
I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
George! Disperse this rebel!
A tu casa, perra. Vos también, vos también. Ah, o sea, el único que logra escapar es el que tiene la espada, no sé, la puta que te parió. Los créditos del juego, terminó, me morí. Básicamente. Estoy remuerto. Bueno chicos, hasta acá la serie de Kingdom Come Deliverance. Espero que hayan disfrutado de estos 2 episodios. Y bueno, espero que la pasen bien, nos vemos. ¿Qué cara pone Bigotón? Qué lindos paisajes, la puta. Nunca me voy a cansar de decirlo, me encanta la ambientación del juego este. La puta madre, mirá esta foto, amigo. ¿Cómo no te va a gustar el juego? Eso es Turnberg. Ah, y ahora vamos a Ratos. ¡El chucho! Un chucho. Teresa. Y Ratash, esto, ¿no? Una vez vi un video que Ratash, no te digo que está hecho exacto, pero está muy parecido a como era de verdad en la Edad Media. Para el que no lo sepa, ¿no? O sea, este juego está basado, no te digo que en hechos reales al 100%, pero está basado en historia y lugares reales. O sea... Uy, el viejo Garca, me acuerdo de este. Yo le digo el viejo Garca. ¿Qué pasó? Bueno, you died. Ok. Misión iniciada, despertar. ¿Dónde estoy?
Leszarás. És pont mikor kedvem lenne valakiből kiverni a lelket.
Y básicamente me estoy muriendo. Dale, déjame morir. Déjenme morir, dale.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done.
¿Listo? ¿Pantalla de carga o algo?
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
Unos días de delirio después.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Bien. No, ¿qué dice? Minimicé el juego.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzik he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
Aún más tarde. Me encanta cómo el juego se toma los flash como humor.
Haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
What tranquila.
Has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzik?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa.
but someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
Sí, puedo.
And I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave.
Buen dicho. Bien dicho.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
Che, con todo lo que estuve hablando, ¿me va a subir la habilidad de diálogo?
You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Ya voy a ir cortando igual, pero... ¿Me sube la habilidad de diálogo? Mirá, ya estoy por subir al 4. Bien. A ver. Vamos a comer. Bien. ¿Y mis cosas? Ah, está todo acá, ok. Sigo desnudo. Armadura. Tuki, 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 tuki. What? Gambesón Warhorse. Esto se queda acá. Esto es de la colección. Una vez que tenga la armadura completa del Warhorse, lo puedo usar. Fragmento, escudo de Townberg. Ah, y ya no me aparecen como robados. Bien. 38 flechas. Y el arco este. Bien. El resto se puede vender. No, para, esto lo voy a dejar en... Lecho Warhorse. No, ¿dónde digo la armadura? Acá. Esto. Vamos a ver. Listo. ¿Qué más tengo en el inventario? Comida. No. Objetos. El dado de Hércules y su dieta. Yo todavía no sé leer, así que no me sirve. Todavía no voy a... Oh shit, mapas del tesoro antiguo. 1, 2, 3, 4, ok. Esto me puede llegar a servir. La sal, la puedo vender. No, y esto no lo puedo mover, qué mierda. Permiso, Consumo, permiso. Vamos a aumentar la habilidad de ganzúa. Esto me sirve, esto también. Panecillos. A ver. ¿Qué hay por acá? Otro cofre. ¿Dónde está el punto acá? Dale. ¡No! Pero la... Por fin, boludo. Voy a bajar. Estoy recontra cargado de peso. Peshek, ¿dónde está? Peshek se llevaba, ¿no? Ah, lo de los torneos, sí. Tengo la actualización. ¿Voy a lavarme? ¿Dónde está? Ah, ahí está el viejo. Oh, estoy recontra cargado, boludo. ¿Puedo agarrar este hacha? No, ¿cómo supuse? Acá estás.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from.
Bien, me interesa. Ahora soy falopa dealer. No.
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other.
Ya me acuerdo de esto, boludo.
Let's say the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead.
Okay.
Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
Okay, buena lógica.
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere.
Bien.
If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. May the Lord watch over you.
Uy, ahora tengo que caminar hasta allá. Sí, ya sé que tengo que conseguir una pala, pero primero quiero vender lo que ya tengo, boludo. Tengo que ir hasta ratos. La puta madre. Bueno, voy a hacer un corte y cuando haya vendido las cosas y ya tenga todo sin peso y eso, voy a hacer un corte, voy a agarrar la pala y ni eso, no sé, y voy a despedir el episodio. No, es malo, ¿para qué? Ya llevo 1 hora y cuarto y ya tenía un rato de antes, 11 minutos, así que bueno, gente, me despido mientras camino excesivamente lento. Camina con una paja el personaje. Ahora está bien. Espero que hayan disfrutado. Qué hermoso, boludo. Qué hermoso paisaje. Bueno, nos vemos en el siguiente episodio o siguiente video. Hasta la próxima. Hasta la próxima.